Heat are going to roll out this week. They've brought a few players out, but we get Tim Kennelly, aka Mr. Fireman, or Captain 1623 as we call him. If you don't know about Tim Kennelly, he's the front page of the Fireman of the Year, the calendar that they put out. You know, Johnny, the one that you've got in your bedroom?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Nah.
How did you know that?
The front cover on that one, looking chiselled, and he's got that paint.
What are you doing in my bedroom?
We question the same thing, but what was I doing in there? Well, that you web stream anyway. But Ulrich Bajowski makes his return to the lineup, and this kid is phenomenal. Professional signing. Is going to be roaming around in the outfield again, just hitting balls as long as possible. We've made some changes to the bullpen in which Bo Heliquist will make his left-handed Bo Heliquist will make his debut for the Perth Heat, and Travis McDonald, formerly Sydney Blue Sox player, will be sitting in the bullpen. We've dropped a guy down to one of the local club teams, but the beauty of what we've done is we've sent a guy down to get some work in, but his pitching is still amazing. He's still filthy. So we've got depth. And the thing that I think we're seeing now is the relief pitchers did their job for the Perth Heat, but the young guys stood up and were accounted for from a fielding and an offensive position for the Perth Heat. So you want to get out there, you'll see some players, the import players that we've got that have just stood like Brissot, Law, Whitley and Frawley. These guys are in the top 5 for hits in the entire league so far. So we didn't know what we were going to get. We've got this amazing group of people. And they all seem to have gelled pretty well. They have the team, and I think you might find this in every sport. If the team functions cohesively off the field, they'll come together on the field. So there are some superstars on this Perth Heat team, there's no doubt, but they're all very, very level-headed, and Andy Kyle has them firing on the right cylinders, along with the two great support coaches of Steve Fish and Craig Albanese. They've just got them firing. It's kind of a bit nerve-wracking because you kind of think, I hope the bubble doesn't burst in any stage. And I told you it was a top 3 or 4 spot. Given the performances, top 2 for the rest of the league.
No worries. Well, thank you very much for getting in touch with us tonight, Simon, and having a chat to us about it. We're looking forward to talking to you next week and finding out how the guys went against Brisbane, which sounds like it's going to be a very, very big challenge. So thanks again, mate, for having a chat to us.
Appreciate the opportunity, and again, I just talk and you guys listen. I could just see you silently nodding your heads there going, will you shut up and just let me speak one moment?
I had about 15 more questions, mate, but we're running the time.
I had one as well, so that's okay.
Mate, we were... Donnie... We've got 10 minutes left, and Donnie needs about 7 of those to explode on Postecoglu. So we're
I thought he was going to have to explain about the calendar on his wall.
No, we kind of already knew about that. So
I didn't know about it, so apparently I'm missing out on something. Yeah.
Thanks again, mate. You have a good night.
There you go.
Thanks.
This is In the Sheds with Albie, Brucey and Donnie. Check us out on Facebook or Twitter at The Sheds 885.
G'day, Graham Ross with the Spring Garden Clinic. Everybody loves butterflies. Ants, beetles, bugs, cockroaches are a different story, but a butterfly is one insect universally approved. I guess that's because they don't sting, are non-aggressive, and are nearly invisible, only seen briefly when they touch down on a flower or two, then vanish over the fence. Most people would love to have more butterflies in their garden, but forget that butterflies emerge from caterpillars. If you madly spray every grub, you'll never see a butterfly. It's interesting to note, with the exception of the cabbage white and citrus butterflies, the caterpillars which eat garden plants turn into moths. A few grubs won't eat too much, and it's better for the environment. Butterflies have excellent vision, along with humans and birds, so are attracted to bright colours. Any brightly coloured plants will do. Even some weeds like milkweed, thistle and clover encourage butterflies into your garden. Good gardening from Graham Ross and the Spring Garden Clinic.
This is In the Sheds with Albie, Brucey and Donnie on VCA 885 FM, where the valley comes alive. Now it's time to turn up the heat in the sheds. It's Blowtorch.
That's right, you are in the sheds. Fortunately, we didn't make any faux pas then, because I realised I left the mics on while we couldn't work out why the speakers weren't working. It's because the microphones were still on. Right, time for the Blowtorch. Donnie, we're going to let you fire straight into it, mate. Who's got you upset today?
Well, he's just a permanent resident on the Blowtorch. I think it might be his last appearance now, given that he's finally pulled the pin, but Ange Postecoglu. We've qualified for the World Cup, which is fantastic. I'm really, really happy. But he dragged it out. First of all, made it all about him. Rather than celebrating the victory, everyone was only asking whether Ange was going to stick around or not. And he refused to actually answer the question, as he has done throughout this entire process. And then he's come out and you think, well, maybe he's actually going to stick around. He's going to take the team to the World Cup. But he's come out today and he has finally made the announcement that everybody knew about weeks ago, that he's going to quit. He's going to quit. He's not going to be the coach of the Socceroos at the World Cup. So we've got to get a new bloke in there that's going to take him over to Russia. And what chance does this new coach have? How many games do the Socceroos play between now and the World Cup? Oh. Yeah, it might be 7 months away, but
yeah, there'll only be maybe a couple of friendlies.
But they might play a friendly or two.
Yeah.
What changes can he possibly make to make that team his own, to get them playing the way that he wants them to play over a course of a couple of friendlies? Like, you look at some of the best coaches. You look at the bloke that's taken over the Western Sydney Wanderers. I can't remember his name, but he was the coach of the year for Adelaide in his second year. In his first year, he lost his first 9 games because it takes that long for him to make the team his own, to make the changes and to get them playing the way that he wants them to play. This coach is coming in to take the Socceroos. He doesn't have the opportunity to lose 9 games before he can get them playing the way he wants to and start getting the results.
Make the Socceroos into playing in his format.
Exactly, and I mean,
from here on in, all of those players are now gone. They're not, obviously, but they'll be playing under every other coach in the world.
Yeah.
Not under his regime. So
the thing that upset me as well, as I was listening to today, is apparently the reporter that actually initially broke this story to say that Postecoglu will be gone regardless of whether or not he wins and takes Australia through to the World Cup. He got massively slated and sledged by Postecoglu and then by other media people, basically attacking, how dare you attack this person with no merit or anything like that. Well, he obviously was on the money, and they basically attacked this guy's credibility due to Postecoglu not having any of his own.
And I don't know. I don't believe Ange either in the fact that he said that I was going to quit, and then David Gallup talked me out of it, and so then I wasn't going to, and then I decided I was going to. It's like, he's got another job lined up. Yeah. Is there anybody out there that doesn't think he's already got another job lined up?
You don't quit the top job unless you've got something else backed up.
Yeah. He's got something in the pipeline that's already signed, sealed and delivered, and he's making it seem like it was some big difficult decision that he tossed and turned over. He'd made his decision weeks and weeks ago. He's already got another job, and it's just a matter of waiting for the right time for him to announce that. And I suppose the other thing that's annoyed me about it is the positive feedback given by lots of the other media.
So much. Like, I was expecting Sportsbet to sledge the stuffing out of him because that's what they do. And nothing. Like, the only ones that have actually sledged him have been the Greenfield Post, and they're a piss take,
a satirical.
They were going to. I mean, I loved their article about, we announced that the Bounce was going to stay in the AFL, and they've actually reported that the Bounce, which is a AFL program with Danny Frawley and Jason Dunstall, was unfortunately going to be around for another season.
Well, I'm sure they'll announce Dane Swan as the new Socceroos coach too.
Dane Swan did put his hand up. He's announced on Twitter. He said, we won't win any games, but, geez, it's going to be a hell of a trip. So, whilst we're on the game, the Honduras captain, Mena Figueroa, what the hell? Like, seriously, this needs to be smashed out of the game big time. So, to quote this bloke, no one is going to save the referee from divine justice. If he's chasing a cheque for this, nobody will be saved. Basically saying that the referees were paid off for this match.
And they're going to be killed because of it.
That is...
That's unreal.
Well, I mean, it's not killed, they're divine justice. Okay, so... Okay, you got me on a technicality there, all right? Okay.
But, I
didn't kill him, this was divine justice.
Yeah, it's divine justice. It's different to killing. It's okay killing.
What sport? Seriously, I mean, James Hird said, we're getting a bit of rough treatment from, I can't remember umpire's name, but and he got a $20,000 fine because he said, "I think we're getting a bit of rough treatment." One of the guys from the rugby, you know, looks and we were talking about with the cricket. If you look at the umpire the wrong way when you get called, because you think he's made
stand there for too long,
disdain.
Yeah, you get fined. This guy has blatantly said that the referees were paid off and that he should be killed by God. And crickets, absolute crickets, like. It's like, oh, you know,
it's killed. It's passion.
It's passion. You know, everyone should just get over it because, you know, it's soccer, it's the world game, it's passion. Well, you know what? It's the world game because it's like the Christians, mate. You rocked up to a third world country, you gave them shoes and grass to run around on. If any other sport had done it, that would be the world game. Come talk to me when all the Western world, the actual real world, all plays that sport. Don't sit there and quote to me that it's the world game. I've seriously had enough of that excuse that this is passion. That is absolute crap. That is pathetic beyond anything I've ever heard from a supposed high, you know, he's representing his country as a captain, and that's the crap he comes out with. That is pathetic. That is absolute garbage, and he should be, you know, if they had made it, he should be kicked out anyway. Like, he should not be captain. That is teaching the kids the wrong attitude.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. You're not going to get any arguments at all.
Well, what was the other soccer/football? That's another argument for another day. The guy ran up and kicked one of his own supporters in the head.
There's been a few of them.
Yeah,
He did the
Sydney one?
Cantona.
There was the Sydney one who tackled the ball boy. And then got just about punched out by everyone from, I think it was Melbourne.
It was Adelaide.
Adelaide, yeah, sorry.
Adelaide.
What the hell was that about?
The kid picked up the ball and
the kid held on to the ball and refused to give it to him.
Yeah, so the ball's gone out. It has happened before in international. Apparently, it happened to who was the international player of the year forever and again.
It wasn't on the fact that he tackled the kid, but the kid. You see him. He has the ball out in front, and he's trying to grab the ball, and he takes it away from him, holds it over his shoulder.
Well, he kind of does run in like the boogie monster to go grab the ball off him. I mean, the kid's probably freaked out, mate. He's like, Jesus Christ, like, you know, he's turned around.
Didn't say the magic word.
Yeah, exactly, mate. That's it. Have manners, mate, and the kid would have given you the ball. Quickly, Ash's predictions.
4-1.
4-0.
Yeah, I'm going fair 4-1 as well. I think we've got a really, really good lineup at home. I think we're going to.
I think it'll be 1-1. I think England with Broad and Anderson will swing the ball around in that day-night test in Adelaide, and I think they'll get the result in Adelaide and make it 1-1, and then it'll be all interesting, and then we'll win the next three and win it 4-1. That's my prediction.
Yeah, and we're pretty exciting. We got tickets to the Perth game. Brucey, I heard today.
Yes, we're going to the one dayer. We haven't sorted out the other tickets yet. But
the one day at the new stadium.
At the new stadium.
We're going to go and have a look at the Cray Pot.
That's actually on my wedding anniversary, so I don't know whether I'm going to be able to make it.
You've got plenty of those, mate. We're going to have our In the Sheds passes made up and see if they actually, you know, mean anything. I don't think they will, but we'll just walk around.
We'll be like
drawn in crayon.
Pretty much.
We'll be like Wayne's World. We'll be walking around, just holding it up to everyone and going.
Mate, I think as long as we confidently show that to the security, it'll be like the Jedi mind trick where they just believe you and let us through into areas. So, no, we're entitled to be here. Look, we've got a VIP pass.
We got headphones.
Yeah, we've got headphones. That's it. All right, we will be back next week. We'll obviously get into the cricket results. We'll have some results from the AFL draft, which we were pointed out is on Friday. And we'll hopefully...
15:30, I've heard.
Yeah, Western Standard Time. And
midnight Eastern Time.
We'll definitely hear from the Assassin again, and we'll hear from Simon Isons, and hopefully the Heat will have a good game against Brisbane at home. Get around them.
Just lastly, everyone, we've got Movember going on.
Oh, that's right, so we'll put up another link for Movember. Get around it. We'll also put up for the guys from the other clubs that got in touch with us.
Start donating, or you'll be on the Blowtorch next week.
Yeah.
All 7 of you.
You know, the bet with Dad, I think, went south, saying he grew a better one than us in 2 days.
He grew a better one than you in 2 days.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear on that one.
Mine's terrible, mate. I'm so gutted with Movember. I told you guys I didn't want to do it because it's terrible.
It was impressive after 2 days, mate, and then it stopped.
That's it.
That was it.
And it stopped.
Yeah.
And it stopped.
I might need to get a sponsorship from Ashley and Martin just for my facial hair.
Can we run over time for more sledging of Albie's?
Yeah.